Hello, everyone. My name is Manola. Welcome to the Roses Podcast. Once again, welcome back. Today, I am here with a good Judy of mine, a sister, only not only in experience, but like just in life. Like we've been through some things, and today I'm just really overjoyed that she's in my city to come visit me and to do this podcast with me. And it's not the only one; it's the baked cookie herself, Zabre Sewell. How are you, baby?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Tell the folks about yourself.
Well, I'm 26. I live in Seattle. I'm a music artist, a front cover magazine model, and yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I walk in fashion shows. I just dropped a single a few months ago. Working on a new single, maybe two or three. So yeah, that's me.
Come on, life of the independent artist. That's
You know,
so amazing.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Now, you're one of the newer girls on the block, and it's been a pleasure to see the ebbs and flows of your transition and like getting to know you more, especially meeting you in your BQ era, right? And then transitioning and you going through all the negations of things. And
The girls that get it will get it.
The girls that get it will get it, right? And so it's been a beautiful thing to see that, to witness that, and to like really figure out like who she is as a woman and like how she's getting into that. Like it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And I want to know like how would you describe your relationship present day to womanhood, than how you started?
That's a good question. Firstly, I would say that the definition of a woman is something that's within you, and as well with transitioning, isn't something that's for the weak, and as well with
As I told you so many times.
yeah, and as well with I've learned that it's okay not to be okay, and that everyone's perfect. And I feel that since I've been transitioning, that's something that I've always been trying to do, be so perfect or perceive like I'm always okay, but I'm not. And I can tell that the times that I have been vocal about me not being okay and things that I'm not perfect about, I have more support.
Yes.
So and support's very important.
I think that's beautiful. Support really does matter, especially going through a transition. Like you said, like transitioning is not for the weak. And I remember telling you that so many times in the beginning, like, girl, like it's not for everybody. Figure out what you want to do, and you did. You figured it out. You stuck it out, and I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you.
And I just want to know, like, in the beginning to now, because I know we had conversations about surgeries and things like that, privately, and you have a certain aesthetic and look you want to go for, that I don't think is like, I guess, it's like societal, like conventional, for the girl, the doll, or it's conventional for the doll. It's not conventional for the girl in the sense of like passing, right? How have you been following your heart, knowing what you want to do and look you want to go for, and not trying to fit into a box how society tells you to conform?
My fashion. I feel like my fashion says a lot. I feel that everyone wanted me to be more feminine and not be so masculine, but it's just clothes. And I also know that when you dress a certain way, as soon as you wake up, that's going to set your tone of who you want to be and what you want to give in a certain way. And, you know, I am a female, I am a woman, but I still can give that edgy look, that Aaliyah type of vibe. So I would say my fashion, my clothing, my nails, my hair.
Yeah. So what gave you the courage to be like, even though I'm transitioning, I'm going to be wearing the same shit I was wearing before?
Personally speaking, like artists, Glorilla, Aaliyah. I'm always saying Aaliyah, but especially Aaliyah, because she was very tomboyish. But, you know, she still had her crop top and her little bikini top. So me searching up her, once again, Glorilla, SZA, certain artists, I'm trying to like mimic them just a little bit. Even still today, still trying to find my new style. But yeah.
That's amazing. I think it's really important for the girls to like, when they're coming into their own, they have a model of sorts to like have inspiration from, but it's also really good to know that like you're not trying to be like a replica, but it's good to have like pointers of like a direction to go through. And I think you did a good job with that.
Thank you.
And yeah, you did. I think so. You ate that up. No shade. I was like, at first I was like, okay, girl, where are we going with
No
this?
shade, because the first time it was doing a little too much. No shade.
No, I think what threw me off was like you were still getting those shape ups.
The fade on
That was throwing me. I was like, okay, girl, now if you want to be an NDRE out here, let the folks know. If you want to be NDRE, if you want to be an Erykah Badu, let the girls know. Right. But through that, you honed in on your voice. How has transitioning changed the way you sing? Because a lot of people don't understand that, like, when you transition, like, you have to also transition your voice.
Yeah. I would say my voice is more softer, but also raspy. But I like that part.
I love a raspy voice.
So it's like when I sing a certain note.
Real New York.
Yeah. When I sing a certain note or hold a certain tune, I can hold it. But I feel you can hear the pain in my voice when I sing now. And it's not no pain. I'm not sad, but I like songs where you can feel and hear the emotion. Whitney Houston. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So who are some of your music idols or icons that you draw inspiration from? And that, like, this could either be inspiration that, like, you are just like a fan of theirs, or inspiration in the fact that, like, you're drawing inspiration from them and you have some of their styles and how you sing and deliver certain things.
I would say Chris Brown, of course. Tyla, she's a new artist.
I love Tyla.
And there's one other person, and Rihanna.
Yes. Okay.
Tyla, she's very upbeat, sexy. Rihanna's upbeat, sexy, but she can give you that edge. Chris Brown, I feel like he's all about looks, what's in, what's out. He can make you shake. I'm all three. You know, everyone's tight better than hype. You know.
Not everybody's tight better than hype. Now that's come on, caption for the girlies. She said everybody's tight, nothing but the hype.
Vibes,
you know the vibes, right? And I do know the vibes. So where do we, like, how does that fall into your music? Like, I can definitely see aspects of that for sure. Like, you are, like, versatile. But what has definitely contributed to the latest songs that you've been putting out?
My songs have more emotion and meaning behind it. My first single is called Love. I feel like that explains enough of it. But my new songs, Guilty,
but
Lies.
Love about what? What type of love? Because there's different loves. So, like,
Love.
what kind of love was it behind that one?
Well, the lyrics are, got me worried about what you do. You got.
Want to sing it for me?
You want me to sing it for you?
I don't know. You want to sing it?
Okay. Got me worried about what you do. Got me worried about who are you. Got me in my feelings now. Crying, don't you hear a sound? And got me worried about what you do. Got me worried about who are you. Can't even make a sound. I feel, not really I feel, but that song was about a person at a very, like, tough point in my life. I, grown from it, of course.
You want to say that here?
No, they don't need nothing from me, you know.
I love you. Yeah.
But the song intentionally was supposed to be a happy song. And today it still is a happy song because, like I said, I've grown from it. But the message behind it is being with or being around a person, friends, loved ones, anybody, even a job. And you're trying to put so much into it and nothing's happening. It's not growing. It's not going nowhere. I can tell you to brush your teeth. I can give you the toothpaste and the body wash, but you're not going to go fix your hygiene unless you want to do it, you know? So No Love, it's about that. Guilty, it's about me feeling guilty.
What you do?
I feel like I would, not really what I feel like. I know that I wasn't open fully about what I wanted or what I was looking for in a certain aspect. And then the next song's Lies, and everybody lies. So I'm just talking about everyone's lies inside that song.
Not everybody lies.
So, a little, that's the SZA vibe, that's the SZA vibe.
So what role does vulnerability play in, like, your creative process? Like, do you feel like every song is based off your own life? It's like your life choices and life, like, own, like experiences, or are sometimes you're just like, oh, this is like a common general theme and I can just make a song out of this?
All of my songs are about something that has happened to me or something I experienced. I'm not able to, I can hold a tone, I can hold a key, but I just can't write something. It has to be something that means something to me. So when I sing it, I should feel some type of hurt, some type of pain, or I should be able to feel what I was feeling that day. 2 years from now, 3 years from now.
That makes sense. Is there a certain song that is like your favorite that like really like liberates you every time you like you hear it or sing? And it doesn't have to be your own song, but like if it is your own song, shout it out. What's that? Which one?
SZA, Normal Girl. Normal Girl, yeah, that sings to me. Because a lot of people like when I get aggressive.
What?
You know.
You're a key. Not everybody likes when I get aggressive. So moving on from like music and all that to like more onto like your modeling that you've been doing, and you've been doing it for years. Like you were on like, I believe like 2 covers of magazines,
5 features.
5 feet. Come on, 5 features. you wanna roll it out? Come on,
roll it out.
Roll it.
2 covers, 5 features. What? 4, 6 fashion shows. New York, LA, Seattle. The list goes on.
I know you're really doing it. I'm really proud of you. So your presence as a fashion model is like, obviously you're doing it. You're stunning. You're very intentional around like figuring out where you want to go and who you want to do it with. How do you curate your image in those spaces?
That was something that was so difficult. I feel that a lot of people already had an image of me being and looking a certain way and carrying myself a certain way. So my modeling career, that was something that was already a little difficult for me. My face is already on a bunch of things. So I didn't want to do something that I want to do in my life that would make me happy. And then another thing that I enjoy doing, you guys wouldn't really want me to like come model for you or anything anymore. But then that's when I started to learn that confidence is key and your style says enough. If you have confidence, anybody would want you to do anything for them. And as well with, I haven't really changed myself as much, meaning me as a person and how I carry myself. My confidence, once upon a time, it did get low, but that was at the beginning of my transition, which a lot of trans girls, a lot of people they've experienced and dealt with. But really me just kind of trying to stay true to myself, and as well with like understanding nobody's Zabre. Anyone can sit here and walk that or go take a picture, but no one's going to do it like Zabre.
Je ne sais quoi, as they say. That's amazing. And I think it's really important to figure out like, 1, who you're doing it for, 2, like, how do you feel about it? And like 3, like where are you able to like conform, and where, like, what are your heart knows? Like sometimes you're able to like, you feel comfortable being like, okay, I can feel comfortable being okay with like changing some things up if that's what you're looking for. And then sometimes you're like, no, that's a hard boundary for me, and I don't feel comfortable doing that, or it's just not it's not a thing for me. It's not a look that I'm trying to give. And so I think that's really important in knowing yourself, especially when you're setting yourself up for industries where you're supposed to be judged. And I think that's the area where I like kind of stay a little far from, just because I'm like, you know.
Yeah, and I also feel like in the modeling life, it's a stereotypical version of what a model is, what a model should look like, what they should be doing. You should be like 6'3", skinny. It's like, it's not that. Just have confidence. Forget the courage, confidence. That's really all it is. You can be a pretty face, but just because you're a pretty face, that don't mean nothing. You have to be doing something else. So, yeah.
Yeah. What do you feel like is a common misconception around like the glamour and the femininity that is within trans women that people get misunderstood?
Open circle?
Talk your shit.
People being used and abused. A lot of diseases coming from the trans or from the community. A lot of people feeling that gender is what you are when you're, gender is, you know, how you were when you were born, but not understanding that gender can be something that's very fluid. There's other people in the world that wake up feeling like a different person every day, and that's okay. That's their life. That's my cup of tea. That's your cup of tea. I'll support and do a backflip while you're doing it. And no one will really understand what it is to be a trans female or a trans man or really understand what gender dysphoria is until they transition or experience having a friend or something like that. And gender dysphoria, that's something that's big within the community. And a lot of people don't know what gender dysphoria is until you explain it to them. Then they're like, oh, that sounds familiar. I used to feel like that. Then you start digging a little bit more in the hole. Now they want to be a doll.
You're so funny. There definitely is a pipeline. Sometimes
everybody wants to be a doll now.
Everyone wants to grow. I think that's really important that like there's like a distinction in like figuring out like where you want to go and like how you want to be intentional in those spaces and like how you're cultivating those relationships. Because there are a lot of times where like the misconception is like, oh, there's two genders, but like biologically there's at least three, right? At least three. Like intersex people exist, and they can be under the umbrella of trans, but they're not usually because that doesn't equate. You know, there are some intersex folk who are trans, but 9% of them are not, right? And so, I think it's really important for folks to like just research and like Google's free, and just really figure out like how like there's more out there for folks. And I think also like educating yourself educating yourself is really important, and like knowing that like this world is vast and you're sharing space with people, so it's good to educate yourself so you can be in space with folks.
And no question is a stupid question. You can ask anything. That's something that I had to learn as well.
But I don't want to be asked that question.
A bunch of things that a bunch of questions that I had. I'll go to you and ask you them. But it's like we have a different like, you know, friendship.
So we can do. So that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Don't go ask no stranger no shit. Y'all, like don't go doing that. Don't go be silly and asking folks that around like invasive questions. Because a lot of times it's not like even like the simple like do question. Like it's really like something like super personal and invasive. I'm like
boundaries.
But like, hold up, you don't even know me. Like that's something that you say for Google, for somebody who already has shared that answer to that and they did it publicly, or if you actually know somebody, a trans person personally, and you're like interested in that and you want to like ask a question like, oh, you know, we have a certain rapport and like that person would know where I'm coming from. Like, there's certain things that, like, you asked me that I'm like, I would have never told somebody. I'm like, I don't know you like that, babe. Go ask somebody else. Love you. Because one thing I'm not going to do, like, also, like, I'm not a teacher. Like, I can be, but I don't want to be. But I'm open to, like, being in community with folks. And if somebody has a question every so often, I'm willing to answer it. But it really depends on my capacity and knowing that, like, I'm not a teacher. And like I don't want to be, like, you know, Google's a thing. And there's some people who are out here who really are down for the count and they're like, ask me all the questions. I'm okay with it. This is an open forum. I'm not one of those girls. You can come to me maybe if I know you.
Don't come over here.
And it can't be too like I'd be in the mood to answer a question that I'm like with somebody that I don't know. That catch me on a real fab day. I just got paid. I'm painted. My outfit cute and like, you know, I'm pumping, and it's a nice day outside. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. Yeah, because, you know, like it has to be an oasis for me to be like, okay, because I'm gonna feel like you're trying it. I'm like, why do you feel comfortable doing that? Because they don't do it to people who are cis. Like they're not going to random strangers asking like really invasive questions like that.
But I've experienced a person walking up to me before just asking, but it wasn't in a negative way. It was just they just wanted to know. But me being me and how defensive I can be, I took it negative. But then after the conversation, it was like, no, like you're beautiful. I just wanted to know, and I was like, oh. Well, now I feel like an asshole. I'm so sorry.
No, but it's okay to have your guard up because there's a certain, like, we live in a world where, like, we are being attacked, you know? So being defensive on the street isn't a flaw, and it's not something that I will ever apologize for. Because if you're a real ally, if you're a real advocate, or you're like a real accomplice in community with other trans and queer folk, you wouldn't know how dangerous it is and can be for certain folks, and you would understand and give me grace for how I may have came off on you, especially if you don't know me. Like I can see if you knew me and you asked me a question and I got defensive and you're like, hold up, now you know me, girl. Why are you getting like this? Because then that'll be on you. Like, okay, okay, girl, like check your trauma. Like, you okay? Let's figure it out. Are you good? You need a moment? Like, let's talk about it. But like, if I don't know you, like, please don't come up asking questions and get mad at me for when I'm feeling a little abrasive or like feeling a little attacked, because that matters. Like, it really does.
It does.
But I want to know, like, how does beauty intersect with survival for you? Like, how do you, because it's important.
Yeah, it is.
Because there's certain things that, like, I wanted to, I'm in a space right now where, like, passability was my biggest thing that I wanted to do. I was like, oh, as long I'm a transition, as long as I look like I already look like my mother. I was like, they called me her twin when I was younger. So when I was like transitioning, I was like, if I can just look a little more feminine and look like her, I reached the goal. I did that so early on into my transition. I had no other goal, which is why, like, I didn't get any surgeries. I didn't get none things done for years, because I was sitting here like, I look like my mom, like that. Like, that's all I really wanted. Like, there's nothing else for me to do. Like, I'm good. Until I was like, but I want more. Like, I can enhance some things. So let me figure out what I can do. So I obviously, and here comes surgeries, right? It also moving out of the silo in the oasis that Seattle was. Seattle will have you stuck because it's so affirming. And you will get stuck in a place of privilege of not having to look a certain way. Because when you go outside of Seattle, you go to other cities, other places, the dolls look a certain way, the niggas look a certain way, the men look a certain way, because they have to look that way. It wasn't a choice. Like, they didn't have the choice to, like, go outside, come on, fade it up, and be like, I'm the girl. There's no shade. There's no shade. It's real.
As I was reading,
It's real. Like, they didn't have a choice. Like, even here, like, to a certain extent, depending on where you go, if you're on the south side, if you're on the west side, there's a certain look you have to give. That's why the girls live down there, and they look a certain way. Like, the girls are real as rain down there because they have to be. And even like Philly, or even like some places in New York, you'll have that. Definitely down south, that's a really big thing. And so, how has that shown up for you? And like, how have you navigated, like, figuring out what beauty is for you, and like how you want to present every day, but also knowing that, like, if I go outside, I'm representing a group of people, and so let me not look a fool.
Well, with me, everyone's different. So let me just start there. But with me, I had to be happy with myself first. Waking up in the morning without the hair, without the nails, without the makeup, without the glam. Then once I was content with that, then the glam and the wig and everything started to come along. But being passable to society, to me, I don't really care about other people's perceptions in that type of life. Yeah, I do care about society, but it's like, if you don't feel like I'm passable enough, that's your opinion. Me and my friends, we feel something totally different. But my safety is also something that's very important.
That's important. So how do you mix those two?
My nails, my hair, blush, highlight, a crop top, push-up bra, small little things, but nothing drastic, you know? And there's some surgeries that I do want, some surgeries that are coming, but that's later down the line, later on this year. But yeah, it's really just my aesthetic. I feel like the aesthetic that I have is gives me that type of privilege where I pass to a certain point. And as well with where I live as well.
Girl.
As well with where I live as well, I feel like it helps me pass to a certain point. But my experience coming to New York, moving to Vegas was different. And I learned how to mold myself a certain way, my appearance wise, to be more passable.
I think it's really important to know, like, one, every different, like, there's a different, like, level in look for passability in each region. In each region, so, like, you may be passable in PNW, but Southwest you're not, or you may be passable in Midwest, but down, like, in Texas you're not, because the girls there give different things, and if you deviate from that, that's like leaving room for you to be, in other words, spooked or clocked, or like people finding out that you're trans, right? And then, like, especially when you're of color, particularly like us Black girls, like, B may live in an area where like, okay, the around the way folk may be there, and so getting like you're walking around. I'll try to be PCs. I try to be politically correct. The around the way folk may be there, and so you or the folk that are in the way may be there, and you have to walk past a group of five men, and you're just trying to get by, and you're just like, okay, maybe sometimes I may be on the phone, like, okay, yeah, playing it off, because there's certain things that come with like one being the girl, also like, and also there's certain things like whether you're passable or not, there's certain dangers that come with that. People not knowing, that's dangerous. People also knowing, it's also dangerous. Yeah, and so sometimes there's like a middle ground where like you're like kind of like just there, not quite there. It's kind of like iffy, but like honestly, like we're in a society that's like it's not safe for any of it.
Yeah, because all attention's good, but
it feels bad.
A lot of the attention is also bad as well. That's the flip side. I feel like people see the girls and be like, oh, okay, like you're gorgeous, you're pretty. Yeah, that's how it is. But like, catch us on a bad day, we're walking down the street, someone might clock my tea, might be yelling something at me, might be following me home, might be messaging me something online. People don't really be thinking about that at all. They just look at the glitz and the glam.
They do. And I think for me, it's also like really important to name those things so people really know like it's hard. Because like even when I'm not getting clocked and like people are trying to talk to me off of like me being like perceived as like some pretty cis woman or whatever, that's also dangerous because I'm one to reject. Men hate rejection. Like, I feel like accosted more off the simple fact of me being perceived as a pretty woman, and I'm not giving them any type of like motion, and they're feeling like, oh, you're rejecting me, and so now they're getting aggressive. Not because I'm trans, but because like they just, yeah, right. And I'm like, do you have men out here shooting women for saying no thank you? I don't want your phone number, I'm not giving it to you, I don't want to talk to you. It's like a really dangerous place right now. I think for a society where the people in society and the ones ruling it and like presidents and things like that have made it possible for men to feel comfortable being at a really violent rate of misogyny, particularly misogynoir for those who fall under the Black diaspora. And I think we're trying to shift that culture. I know there's like certain people who are like talking about it, trying to figure out like how do we be in community with each other more fruitfully and intentionally. But I think it's still beginning. Like, I feel like we're often going back and forth with folks because I feel like the 99% of the folks who are doing these things, like, there's a disconnect. Like, either they don't know the girls or they just feel like a lot of people are content and complacent. And I feel saddened at times for our community in knowing that, like, folks are moving so slow.
And it's okay to be uncomfortable because once you're uncomfortable, that means you're growing. But people need to also take in perspective, it's always going to be a stigma about the T-girls, as well with not just the T-girls, anyone inside the community, unfortunately.
Yes. I want to ask you, like, what truths have you had to grieve on your path to become this version of who you are today?
Number one, understanding that certain men that I used to be attracted to are no longer attracted to me. Exes or, a fun night, I'm not their cup of tea anymore because of my outer appearance. Me, I'm like, shit, it's me.
I'm the same bitch.
I'm the same person, just,
she got she got a little
upgrades. So, but not everyone's like that. And that's understandable. But I had to be at peace with myself and once again be happy with myself. My biggest thing was my modeling and my singing. Really, let's just say my singing, because my voice, and I know that I can hold a tone, but I didn't want to start my transition and then I sound completely different. Like I can't sing no more, or like if I'm trying to perform a song, it don't even sound like me. So me really just finding my voice again in new music and new ways to express how I feel. Yeah.
That's important. I think it's really important to when like you're cultivating, like you're moving past something, like you're transitioning, whether that's transitioning out of a job, out of a home, out of a relationship, you know, it's important to recognize and allow certain things that no longer serve you to die. Like, let that go. Like, release that baggage. And I think you've been doing a really good job with that on your journey, and just figuring out like what works for you, I'll keep. What doesn't, I'm leaving that because it's no longer serving me and it's just taking up space. I think you've been doing really, really good with that.
Thank you.
I want to know, like, who are the sisters that walk with you, literally or in spirit? Like, who, like, shout some of the girls out that, like, you definitely feel like been pivotal in your transition today and just making sure you get to the woman you are.
I'm a little serious. Number one, you, of course, Manola, the best of the best, the baddest of the bad, of course.
I love you. Stop it.
Midori, who's also my mother and also my sister. Aries, my nail tech, and they're also my close friend.
I love Aries. Talk the set.
You said, huh?
Let me see the set.
Look.
I didn't get to look at it yet. It looks good, girl. You see it? Yeah, I love it. It's a cute set. It's a really cute set. I like this. Come on, Aries.
You, Midori, Aries, and Joy. And everyone holds a certain figure in my life. You're the one who basically tells me how it is. If I'm not doing something correct, you'll tell me. You don't sugarcoat anything to me. Any truth or anything that I need to hear, you say it. If I need navigation, if anything, help with anything, you're always there. And I still question and wonder why, but you're always there for me. Midori.
You be trying it too.
Okay, a little bit. Midori, she's my mother. And she has really taught me how to carry myself and how to not give a fuck about what anybody says. And coming from her telling me not to care what anyone says means something. Because
Leah will do it.
She's someone.
Yeah.
And just because she's someone, she doesn't let that get to her head. She's still real. Don't care. She'll let you know. Go ahead and take those shoes off, actually. That's how she is. I love her. And I love
she's
her
quick with it. She's
real quick.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure? Maybe you should wear the other ones with open toes. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And then Aries, that's my spiritual friend. But also my nail tech. But Zabre, I just feel like something's off in your life right now. Like I just have this feeling, and like I feel like we should have a talk. That's Aries. And Joy, that's my homegirl. You know, like we want to go out, have a good time. But Joy is my other friend who I don't have to go spend money with or go to the club. I could just chill at my house and sit on FaceTime. Same thing I do with you. But it's like, it's different. Like we don't have to do nothing. I can just sit there. She can look at me. I can look at her. We're having a blast. So, but those 4 people, sisterhoods, and as well with the most important people in my life, and as well with my blood sister. She's a very important factor as well, because me changing myself to a certain extent, I also wanted her thoughts and her opinions, and very surprising that she supports me to a certain extent, meaning like she already has a visual of me or who I was to her growing up. So now that I've transitioned, now I'm your big sister, and I wanted her to understand that that's something that she supported, and me having her support makes me feel like I'm on top of the world.
That's amazing. That's beautiful to hear. And it's glad to know that even though like you are moving and transitioning, and like people from your past life were able to transition with you. And I think it's important to have people from your past life also transition with you, so they can like see the growth only, but like you can also see in the way that they grow, and like understanding like where they're coming from and how they're maneuvering this with you, because it's also a transition for them. Now that's important. A lot of people don't take that to account, and I only take that into account only somewhat. Like a little bit of me, and like yes, like I'll give you a grace period, but I'm gonna have my foot on your neck to make sure that like you're like steadily working on it, and that you're moving with me, because I don't want to leave you behind. And I feel like a lot of times in the beginning, my family was so irritated with me, but I was like, I'm only caring and I'm only correcting you. I'm only doing these things because I want you to be in my life. Like this is an act of love for me. Like I'm inviting you to be in my life, to go on this journey with me. 1, you should be grateful. 2, you should want to. If you really care and love me, like you should want to be part of this life, and I love you. So let's do this together.
So simple.
Let's figure out how. Yes, it can be simple.
Can be.
And it should be simple, but it's not always that simple.
Life is simple. People make it complicated.
You know, come on. Clock that T. That's beautiful. How do you feel like your community holds you?
Community.
And you can define who your community is before you answer if you want to. Like who are you viewing of your community like currently? I know like in the past that could have been different, but now like where you're at right now, like who encompasses that community for you?
Same people. My same sisterhood that I mentioned before. You, Midori, Joy, Aries. Yeah. It's I don't know.
You don't give a Zende?
Zende don't count as sisterhood.
I don't know how to be sister.
Well, yeah,
Community.
Zende too, but like Zende, that's like my big brother.
Like your overall community, yeah.
Yeah, like Zende too. But like Zende, Midori, you, Aries, Joy, my sister. But it's like Zende, he'll let me call him and say whatever I want. And he's like, okay, are you done, Zabre? He's like, so what's the truth? Like, what really, really, really happened? Because he's like, it sounds nice.
He said you're lying.
He's like, it sounds
nice.
You're lying. Yeah, he's like, it sounds nice.
You're lying.
Don't get me lying. I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
You're like, what are you talking about? That happened. He's like, I know you left something out. So why are you playing with me?
But that's my community. Like the people that I go to, the people that I'll hang out with, key, FaceTime talk, go to a ball. And it's like, I've learned that having a community is very, very important. I feel like when people say community or I have community, they're thinking about like 50 to like 100 other like people inside the LGBT community. And it's not like that. It's your go-to people, your chosen family, your best friend, your sister, your brother. And it's,
Yeah. I think that's important to name. Like, yeah, some people, for some folks, it is like 50 people. But, you don't know all those 50 close. So we do have certain pods. Like you have your inner circle, we have folks outside of that, and then you have your outer circle. And I think it's important to like classify folks so you know where and who to call when you're in crisis or when you need something or when you're just joyful and you want to share some great news. You're like, who is the person you're going to call? Like, oh, I just got that job. The first person I'm going to call is so-and-so. Like those are important things to take into account. And I want to know, like, for you, when you're in spaces with other girls and like you're figuring that out, like, what exactly makes you feel comfortable? Like, what creates the safe space for you when you're in community with the girls?
When they mention to me that they see that I'm trying, that means something to me a lot. Because everyone has experience in life. Everyone's life is not easy, but not everyone is viewed as them actually trying. Not everyone understands why you fell into a hole or you fell into this ditch or why this is happening or why this is happening. And not everything's not always a person's fault. Sometimes things just kind of just happen. But my inner circle, I don't really do the whole outer circle, but my inner circle,
okay.
I don't. But my inner circle, everyone always kind of makes that known to me. It's life. Life is just life, and with everyone right now. But just because it's life,
truly,
don't think that you're about to get off easy. You still have to put something in it to get what you want. Nothing's life's going to be handed to you.
That's important. I understand that, and I love that. And I'm glad that like, so it sounds like affirmation is really big for you when you're in community. Affirmation and reassurance is really big for you, right? How do you feel like that has grown or changed as you went as you're on your journey? Like, has it always been something that you're like, I need reassurance, or are you just that person who's like, I need to know that like you see that I'm trying?
I'm that type of person. I need to know you see that I'm trying. I need to know that you're still my friend. We're still besties and all that stuff. I want everyone to know that I'm actually trying. I want people to cut me some slack, but give me a little bit of time, because everyone's life is different and everyone is on their own speed, on their own path. So I just want anyone, you, everybody, just to know like, okay, like, yeah, she's trying, good job. But it's like my old reassurance was I needed someone to be like, oh, you look cute, your outfit's nice, your hair, your nails, but I know how to do that now. I know where to go. Stuff that actually matters is money, my career, my transition, mental, my emotions. That's what matters to me now. So, yeah.
I like that. I like, as we get older, our priorities like shift
drastically.
Like, and you just start like figuring out like what really matters big to you. And sometimes it was that at a point, sometimes you really did like an affirmation of like the exterior because that's what you were working on. But now that you felt comfortable in that, you're like, okay, let's see what's on the inside now. Like, let me focus on that because I know when I have that in check, my exterior usually looks like something, right? Sometimes you gotta, feel good.
And it's like I've always said, like, Zabre, you want to be on like the cover of magazines, be in fashion shows and all this stuff. How are you going to be able to walk on some runway if you don't have no confidence in yourself? How are you going to be able to do anything if you don't feel good with what you see inside the mirror? So just because everyone else is going to say you look like this and you look this, you look beautiful, you look pretty, until I felt like that, none of those
really
words.
Big eyes.
You said, huh?
I was looking at you. I was like, you have really big eyes.
I have big eyes,
like doll eyes.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah. You're good. No, I was looking at her like, damn, eyes are so big.
I was looking at your eye like, she looks good.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
But yeah,
I want to play a little game before we finish off. It'll be like rapid fire questions. I had cards earlier. Left my cards at the hotel. Okay. So we're gonna do it like, and you're gonna talk about it. So the first question is baddies or Zodiac House.
No shade Zodiac House, but baddies.
Okay, tell me why.
I was casted for Zodiac House. And I didn't go. I didn't go because it was too much drama. And I was just going for exposure. I can protect myself, but I have an image and I don't want that image to be shattered like that. So
you're listening to me and Tiana.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Because when Tiana was like, daughter, are you sure you want to be on there? And I was like, yeah, just for exposure.
You know what's so funny? Tiana sent me a video and she referenced it. She was like, this was me and you at that one time at JP's house. And like, she just sent it to like yesterday.
Because we were watching all that TV.
Yeah.
Her and Zinni were like,
and like, we were looking at it like,
yeah, I'm going to be on this.
There's something to thump.
And Zinni was like, are you sure?
Are you sure you want that?
I was like, I'm just going just for exposure. And Tiana was like, Zabre, it's not about your
exposure.
It's not going to be like that.
It's not.
I was like, okay.
You'll end up going there, living in body cast.
Leaving literally 2 hours later.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is a lot. This is rough. The girls are rough. Okay, good. Are you a figure it out type of girly, or are you like a soft life girl?
Soft life.
Is that your reality?
I would like to be.
Aspirational.
I would like to be a soft girl, but I am very much the type of person to figure it out along the way, which is unfortunate. I'm learning. I'm fixing it.
Yeah,
you've said it. Tiana has said it, but I am fixing it. But I don't know. Like, it's more exciting and it gives me more of a thrill. Like when I'm trying to just.
It's because you're Aries.
Rush it together and figure it out. I'm like, oh my God, I got it. Okay. It's 3 a.m. We're done. So it's like.
You don't want to finish at 6, 5 p.m., 3? No?
Because I was doing something already. See?
As long as the work gets done.
And it gets done on time.
And it's on time. Figure out how your life works. Because honestly, it should teach its own. Some people work better in the day. Some people work better at night. Some people work, in between or taking breaks. So it's really good to figure out what works for you. But I had to really definitely switch into how I was doing things for myself, and figuring out how I was navigating those things. I think that's really important. I like that. Actually figuring that out for yourself. Next one is
because I know this last one's gonna be good.
No, it's not. It's just kind. I want to know: do you prefer music industry or you prefer modeling?
That's a really, really good question. I don't know. 'Cause I stopped singing when I was 17 when my grandma passed away. And then I just stopped singing.
Why?
Because she was like the head singer inside the church that I used to go to, Greater Trinity. Thank you. Greater Trinity Baptist Church.
Yeah.
and her voice, me and her singing voice sounds very, very, very similar. So when I sing, I hear her and feel her, and that wasn't an emotion that I healed from yet. So, and then even now in life, I still haven't healed from her, because I feel like when she passed away, I kind of just threw it to the side a little bit. Still never dealt with it. So, and then as well with the music industry can be very, 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 very messy. I am a female in the music industry, so I'm never trying to do anything just to have someone make a beat or a future. I have money, I have talent, so you should be able to do it. Simple as that. And my modeling career, I'm a pretty girl. I love getting photos taken of myself. But if I can't make the living that I want, it's not going to be for me. So I don't really have an answer for that yet until later on in both the careers. Because my music career, I just picked back up like 2 years ago.
Okay. That's nice.
And that was a real answer from my heart.
From my soul. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I would definitely want to know. So, no, I'm not gonna do that.
It's okay.
No, I'm not gonna do it. It's okay. I want to know what's next for you. What's on the horizon?
I have 2 new singles that are going to be coming out. And as well with Fashion Week in New York in September. I'm planning to move at the end of this year to an undisclosed location for now.
Undisclosed.
I've grown up traveling, so
yeah,
I'm always moving.
Army brat.
Yeah, I'm always moving. Italy, LA. So I've always moving. So but you will see my name on the blogs in lights.
You're so sweet. So cute. That's good. That's good to know. Like, definitely checking in and figuring out, like, I can't wait for you to release some new singles and projects. That's always something that I'm like, really, like, you really need to be pushing that, because you do sound good. And I want you to, like, be a little more intentional and, like, push that a little further, especially being an independent artist. I think this is, like, the era of independent artists. And so, like, really pushing that and, like, hitting onto that, I think is really important. Also, before we close out, I want to ask you one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
And yeah, it's something simple. What would you tell your younger self? Come on, deep sigh.
I'm sorry, but the world and the life that mommy painted to you, it's really not like that. Everything isn't rainbows and unicorns. And not everyone is always out to get you. Sometimes it's just you being inside your head. And it's okay to be a little bit insecure, but just don't be insecure towards friends or relationships. Insecure about your money, your clothes, your hair, stuff within yourself. And once again, it's okay not to be okay, Zabre. You'll figure it out. You're only 16. That's what I would tell myself. Because I was very, very hard on myself, and I never cut myself any slack. I've always felt like I was in competition, but not with nobody else, with myself. I've always been my biggest competition. I've always held myself back from so much. And I would tell myself, it's okay, jump.
Not jump.
With a parachute, but it's okay.
Okay, cool. I like that. That's good. I think it's really big to, like, have time to talk to your younger self and do those things. So it's really been really great. I want to thank you for coming with me onto this conversation.
Thank you for having me. I wrote it.
No, I love you. No, I love you. And I love getting to talk to you and chop it up with you anytime I can. And it's really good to see you in the flesh.
I'm so proud of you. This is foul. Look at my sister. Yeah.
You're so cute. But yes, that's a wrap for today. Thank y'all, everyone, for tuning in to the Roses podcast once again. Like I said before, it's your girl Manola, and I release y'all back into the universe. Bye.